A knife-wielding attacker shouting Allahu Akbar beheaded a woman and killed 2 other people in a suspected terrorist incident at a church in the French city of Nice yesterday. Mayor of Nice, Christian Estrosi, who described the attack as terrorism, said on Twitter it had happened in or near the city's Notre Dame church. Estrosi said the attacker had repeatedly shouted the phrase Allahu Akbar or God is greatest even after he had been detained by police. One of the people killed inside the church was believed to be the church warden, adding that a woman had tried to escape from the church and had fled into a bar opposite the building. The suspected knife attacker was shot by police while being detained. He is on his way to hospital. He is alive, Estrosi had told reporters. It is time for France to exonerate itself from the laws of peace in order to definitely wipe out Islamofascism from our territory. The French President Emmanuel Macron said France will not give in to terror and called for firmness and unity after the country's latest terrorist attack left 3 people dead. Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi strongly condemned the recent terrorist attacks in France, including the heinous attack inside a church in Nice, and asserted that India stands with the country in the fight against terrorism. With the ongoing tension along the Assam-Mizoram border, Mizoram Home Minister LALCHAMLIANA said the state government will not withdraw its forces from the border with Assam till the situation returns to normalcy. Earlier, Kachar District Administration in Assam had asked the Mizoram government to withdraw its forces from the border areas. Mizoram Home Minister, while speaking to reporters, reiterated that Mizoram government accepted the demarcation notified in 1875 under the Bengal Eastern Frontier Regulation of 1873 as the actual boundary of Mizoram and Assam. It was a historical boundary of the state which has been accepted since the forefathers of Mizos, he had said. LALCHAMLIANA also said the state government is making all efforts to ensure that the supply of essential commodities is not disrupted. Mizoram's largest civil organization, Central Young Mizo Association, alleged that Kachar District Deputy Commissioner Kirthi Jali instigated residents to observe blockade, which is uncalled for, and demanded stringent disciplinary action against the erring official. With few days remaining for by-election, the Naga People's Front campaign rally for the 14th Southern Angami 1 Assembly constituency for NPF candidate Kikovi Kirha was held at KITSUBOZOU Colony, Kohima yesterday evening. Speaking on the occasion, NPF intending candidate Kirha assured the gathering that he would do his best for the constituency and colony if voted to power. Adding that he has the blessing of his village, Jakhama, he vowed the gathering for the blessings to work together for the welfare of the people. Former MLA and campaign director, engineer Kropal Vitser, said NPF cock symbol safeguards the identity of the Nagas and has its priority in serving the people, whereby he urged the gathering to keep the faith in party for the by-election. He also mentioned that the party was deeply rooted with Naga nationalism to carry forward the aspiration of the Naga people. The 2 assembly constituencies going for the by-poll are 14 Southern Angami 1 and 60 Pungro Kifre Assembly. The seats were left vacant after the demise of the sitting members of the Legislative Assembly, Vikho Yose and T. Torechu. The poll is scheduled to be conducted on November 3rd and the date of counting will be on November 10th. In order to facilitate the progress of the ongoing 4-lane construction works, Deputy Commissioner of Dimapur has once again ordered total restriction of all movement from Chathe River Bridge Patkai Bridge to Kukidolong from 7 a.m. of November 1st till 5 a.m. of November the 2nd. In a circular, Deputy Commissioner of Dimapur Rajesh Soundarajan stated that the total restriction was being necessitated to facilitate speedy completion of works and as a precautionary measure to prevent any injury, loss of life and damage to property. Public could take the alternative route from Dimapur to Kohima or Kohima to Dimapur for light vehicles only via 7th Mile, New DC Office, Shokhuvi, Razaphe, Bhaikham, Pimla, Bhainamsi, Jhornapani and Medzifema, and vice versa. Manipur police fired tear gas to disperse protesters who allegedly indulged in violent activities during a 48-hour general strike called by Muslim-based student bodies in Manipur. At some places, police clashed with the protesters who pelted stones towards vehicles that defied the statewide general strike. There were reports of injuries inflicted on protesters in the clashes, which needed no medical attention. Two Muslim-based student bodies, All Manipur Muslim Students Organization and Pangal Students Union, Dhana Manjuri University, called the 48-hour general strike, which commenced from Wednesday midnight. The key demand of the student bodies was extension of reservation of 4% for the Meitei Pangal Muslim community in non-professional courses in higher education. Anti-uranium activist Speliti Lingdo Langrin, who refused to sell her land to the Uranium Corporation of India Limited to mine uranium in Meghalaya's southwest Khasi Hills district bordering Bangladesh, has passed away. She was 95. Speliti, the matriarch of Domiasat, became a household name when she rejected a lucrative offer from the UCIL to sell her land after the Atomic Minerals Directorate had undertaken exploratory drilling for uranium deposits in 1993. In 2002, Uranium Corporation of India Limited officials came to her and offered her rupees 45 crore to sell off her land for mining of uranium. She flatly rejected the offer and said, "Money cannot buy me freedom." Speliti had said to eventually motivate locals against the environmental ills of uranium mining. With positive cases rising all across the nation, the COVID-19 status of northeastern states are: like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for news that matters and stories that inspire.